Today on The Educators, it's time for the end of the school year, and we will share how you can close out this school year with a bang. Plus, confronting a racist person head on. Have you ever had to stand up for someone who was being harassed? Our very own Damian will break it out to us of how we should confront someone who is racist. Then, classroom management can be one of the biggest obstacles new teachers have to face, so we will be sharing some attention getters to use inside your classroom instead of raising your voice. And a message from Andrew Frett. Tune in today as he will share the future of the show. So, let's get started.
The Educators, Damian Anderson, Coach Darnell and Andrew Frett starts right now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the season 7 finale of The Educators. As you can see on today, Coach D is not here on today, but don't fret, he will be back with us very soon. So today is the season 7 finale, which means we have a whole lot of topics to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and start things off with Damian with confronting a racist. So we're going to go ahead and toss things over to Damian.
All right. So when we talk about solutions to ending injustice, you guys, we often, we talk about allies, and we're always saying how important they are to stand up for those who are being persecuted. Am I right? Well, here, this is a very perfect example. And I found this back in 2020, that a video had went viral of a man who was on a bus, and he reportedly heard a woman passenger telling two Asian passengers to speak English. Yeah, you heard me. Yeah. So, like I said, this video, it had went viral, and it has been seen more than 5 million times. So, and we actually, you guys, we have the clip for you, so check it out.
That's right. What about this guy?
We don't love you.
I love Koreans.
Do they need to
I love
speak
every
English
country. But when they come to America, it would be nice if they spoke English.
Too bad for
That's
you.
not racist.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
The United States doesn't have an official language.
I never said it.
Oh, well, then they don't have to speak it for you because they're not talking to you.
I'm so glad.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You should have just mind your own
Otherwise,
business.
Nobody would be standing up to your racist ass.
Really?
Yeah.
That's considered
Really?
racism?
Yes,
I
it
didn't
is.
know. Okay.
And you should learn the definition of it and not to show your ass in public again.
So you get to harass me.
Nobody's harassing
The
you.
freedom of
You're
speech.
talking back to me, silly.
You guys, this just let me, you guys, this, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't with this video. So let me finish off here. So many people, they applaud this man for standing up for what seems to be injustice. And this woman was saying that this is the type of energy that we need to keep up to come against this kind of ignorance, because it is such ignorance. So Andrew, what did you think? What did you think of that video? What did you think? Well, what's the process going on in your head? What are you thinking?
Like the guy said, we don't have an official language. We really don't have an official language. Like I said, everyone is welcome here. Doesn't matter that you are white, Black, Hispanic, Latino, any mix, we will still respect you in any way. Just like the good old golden rule, treat others as you want to be treated. Yeah, that golden rule still apply. I think it's not a problem. It used to be a problem back in January. of that riot, right? Now it's not really becoming a huge issue now because
But it still
things have
exists.
died down.
But it still exists. It still exists in this world.
Yeah, it still exists, but it's not a big of a problem.
Why do you
It's
say
not
that?
to me. It's not a big of a problem.
Explain.
Because things have, of course, of that riot, it was a bigger problem, right? Now that things have died down and people don't really talk about it anymore, that's when things start to die down. Now, the biggest problem is, of course, mass mandates and masks in schools and, stuff like that. Now that's becoming a huge problem. But I would say racism is kind of like either number 2 or number 3 in my book.
Okay. Well, okay. And I respect your wishes for that. I do. I respect what you said. It's fine. Totally fine. With me, you guys, what I thought of that video, oh my gosh, you guys, this is just with me. And I actually talk about this. One, I don't know what in the world we was talking about at church one day, but it ties along with this of what I said. And I'm not sorry for the way I am feeling about this. I am not. I really don't. I really don't. I know because I am a child of God and I'm supposed to love each and everybody, right? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. These type of people should not be allowed on this earth. Period. They should not. I cannot stand these types of people like this. They're ignorant. They're stupid. They're this, they're that. They should not even exist. Sorry. All of these types of people should not. And I'm sorry that it is still happening today as we are speaking. It is still happening today. Probably not as bad as of right now, but it still exists. It still exists because this has been happening even before me and Andrew was even born. It has been happening. And we got to do something about this. We got to do something about this because with me, I do not want my children, my grandchildren, future generation down to live in a world like this. I don't. And we need to stop these kinds of people like that. And if I have to be the first to do it, so be it. So be it. I will get rid of them myself. Trust me on that. So, see, Andrew, what are you thinking? Because I know this is a type of conversation. It's very important to have. It is, and I know that some people may not agree with what we're saying, and I know that we probably don't agree with each other, but at least we are listening to each other. We're not, going back and forth arguing with each other. So I'm gonna let you have it again. What are your thoughts again? What are you thinking?
I mean, basically what I said earlier, treat others how you want to be treated. So, I mean,
Right.
If you want to be rude and disrespectful, this is not the time to be. This is not going, that's not going to work. Because of why? Because you want things to go your way, because that's not going to happen. And, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it's still becoming a problem. But this is why we need to teach our students
Yes.
how to be respectful.
Yes, at a very young age. Seriously, at a very young age. Sorry, I just have to put that in there. But yes, we need to do that at a very young age. Their parents need to teach them this. So, because go on, Andrew. I don't want to cut you off over what you're trying to say.
Continue.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was just we need to teach our children seriously at a very young age, because if we don't, the world is going to teach them. And I'm not sure if you want the world to teach them how to treat people. Sorry, especially elderly people. So go ahead, Andrew.
And it's going to be a rude awakening if they don't learn at that early age. It's going to be a rude awakening. So it's like, once they're 3 or 4 or 2, go ahead and teach them so that they know what's right and what's wrong of respecting people. I think that is going to be a huge difference. I mean, especially with the next generation that is about to pop up.
Yes.
So it is very important that it's very important.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And before we go to break, I just want to give you guys the definition of what racist is, okay? It's a noun, and it's a person who believes in racism, the doctrine that one's own racial group is superior or that a particular racial group is inferior to others. So there you have it right there. So Andrew, go ahead.
So we're going to go to break real quick. We're going to go to break. And then when we come back, we will, since this is the finale, of course, we're going to talk about ways how to close out the school year. So we have more topics to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and break. Welcome back, everyone, to the educators. Hope you have a nice little snag or whatever you need to do off screen. But we are back now. Since this is the finale of the educators, this season finale, we're going to talk about closing out the school year and how to motivate into the next year. So here are some ways to close out the school year. Our number one is to save your charts. Okay, so if you have any anchor charts or if you have any diagrams that you use this year, keep them. Okay. If you keep them in a giant portfolio, it's you can save everything. Okay. It saves you time and effort. Okay. If you're teaching the same subject next year, you can just put those right back on that wall. Okay. No need to make an extra new one. No need for that. Another one is archive. Again, same thing. That you created but don't want to keep, well, save the idea. Don't save the arc chart. Save the idea, okay, before you throw them out, okay? Make sure you take a picture of it, okay, before you throw them out, okay? Or you could give it to your students to take home and then create a file on your computer or hard drive or whatever to archive all your work. And kind of like the same thing, take pictures, okay? Take pictures, okay? Take pictures. Sorry, I'm told y'all multitasking here, so we're gonna dive this. Number 4 is to get a jump start of next year. I know as of right now, which is at this time of recording, there are many teachers already preparing for next year, which is a good idea. Is to go ahead and jumpstart, go ahead and prepare for next year, because anything, and I mean anything, can happen. There could be a new curriculum that's going to be out. There could be a new, you could be moving to a new school. Like anything can and will happen within the next year. If you want to go ahead and make copies of your open house tips, or your reading logs, homework logs, restroom logs, or the first day of school letters or anything, go ahead and do that, so that you can have that on deck and have that all be on standby. Bins and labels. Label everything. Simple.
Yes.
Simple as that. Label everything, okay? If you don't have a system of getting your cupboards organized, the end of the year is perfect. Perfect timing, okay? Make sure you label everything so that you know where everything is. If you're like Damian, you will definitely like this idea of keeping everything organized. If you're like me, working on organization, this will also be a perfect time for me as well. So make sure you have everything in all in one. So your highlighters, Post-its, highlighters, expo markers, etc. Keep it in a bin and label it. Now, if you want your students to help you sort and everything, go ahead. By all means, go ahead. Now, if you're one of my students and you know how like I things when I want to be, yeah, okay. Just don't mess it up. Okay, just don't mess it up. Okay, if I see a little mark, a little error, throw it away. Throw it away. Okay, throw it away because. So that's all. I was going to do the whole 15 tips, but yeah, because we got another topic. Motivate into the next school year. Keep positive. Okay, keep positive. Know your why. Right? Know your why. Remember that why when you come into school every day. Remember your why when you pull up to the school. Okay, remember your why. Okay, because if you don't know your why, then why are you here? Okay, are you in it for the kids? Or are you just here for the money? So keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, so that is it. We're going to cut right to break. When we come back to break, we have attention getters to use instead of raising your voice. Okay, see, yeah, we're gonna talk about that when we get back from break. So hold on one second.
Welcome back to the educators. Take two. Welcome back to the educators. I hope y'all had a little comfortable here. So Damian, you have some attention getters to use instead of raising my voice, which is
me too,
something that I do every single time, every time my students does not want to listen to me. But what are these intention getters?
Yes, we both need them. And of course, with lots of teachers out there into the world. So for many new teachers out there, you know that classroom management, and we actually, discuss our classroom management early on in past seasons, that it can be one of the biggest obstacles to achieving success. And without a toolbox of strategies to get students' attention, raising your voice may feel like the only option, you guys, when students are engaged in a loud activity or simply not meeting their expectations, okay? So for each of the attention getters that I am about to mention to you all, it's very important to teach your students what your expectations are and for how they should respond to them. And for older students, which, high school students, this will only take a few minutes for you to demonstrate the attention getter and share your expectations, because voices are off, eyes are on the board, etc., etc. So let's get into it. What do we have for number one? Well, number one is the clap in or snap in, whichever you want to call it. And let me demonstrate this for you guys. The clap in is a classic attention getter for good reason. While many teachers resort to raising their voices when the classroom gets too loud, clapping provides an equally noticeable but far more positive way to get students' attention. So to use a clap in, simply pick a pattern to clap and have your students repeat it back. As more students join in, the clap gets spread across the room until all students are participating in the clap and ending their conversations. So, Andrew, what do you think of that? Will that work for you, for your students? Do you think?
Truthfully, no.
Yeah.
Truthfully, no.
Yeah. I mean, this will work.
Bunch of 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Middle school. No. This will work in the elementary levels. So yeah, middle.
Definitely.
Middle. Okay. Well, let's see about this next one. I have number 2, which I don't think so either, Andrew. Number 2 is give me 5. This is a great option that not only helps bring students' attention back to you, but also provides an opportunity for them to work together to get everyone back on track. So for this attention getter, raise your hand high so that students can see you. And as each student sees the signal, they will also raise their hand. And this will continue to spread until all students are silently raising their hands and looking to you for further directions. What do you think about this, Andrew? Hand 5. You think your students will, this will get your students' attention?
I'm sorry. Can you kind of break up at the end? What was I heard hand.
Yeah, hand
high
5. Yeah, hand 5. What do you think about that? Will that work for your students?
That's a maybe.
Okay.
That's a maybe. Okay. For 6th graders, yes. 7th, maybe. 8th, maybe. That's a big maybe.
All right.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because they will feel some type of way if you don't give them a high five. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what number 3 work for you, which is class-wide countdown. Now, this strategy is very similar to the Give Me 5, as it creates this will be across the classroom when students join in to bring their attention back to the teacher. So to use this strategy, the teacher begins a countdown generating from 10, but teachers can make adjustments as needed for their individual groups. And as students hear the countdown, they join in until all students are participating. And once the entire class reaches 0, all students are silent and have their attention back on the teacher. So class-wide countdown. Will this work for you and your students? Count class-wide countdown. Will that work? Probably not as well.
Probably not. No, probably not. Because they're gonna repeat you.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna continue to talk.
Yeah.
So
All
at that
right.
point, it's a wrap. At that point.
All right. Well, let's see. Hopefully, number 4 will help out, which is call and respond. So using call and respond is another easy way to get students' attention, as they will have to not only listen to join in, but also stop any side conversations in order to provide the accurate response. So this attention getter provides lots of room for creativity that both teachers and the students as well can use to make the calls and responsive best suited for them. And it's beneficial to involve students in this process of creating these calls and responses. And in practice, how they sound and what students are expected to do when they hear this sound. And it's quite almost similar to the clap your hands thing. So Andrew, what about this strategy? You think it will work with your students?
Which is, I'm sorry, which is what?
Which is call and respond. Yeah, think on that.
Give me an example.
Okay, they really do. Let's see. Okay, call and response. I don't know, you guys, if this would be a good example. I'm just coming up with this. Probably, let's say you're in the middle of teaching, and you start hearing students in the back, are not paying attention. Then you repeat what you're talking about and let your students repeat it back to you to see was they listening. I don't know if that's a good example for you guys or not.
Okay, so I did try that. Okay. Some of it worked and some of it failed. Okay. Because I did had to call on one student, be like, so what did I just say? And if they repeat of what I just said, okay, you're paying attention. All right, good. But let's say they get it wrong. I'm like, see, all that talking.
Yeah.
You did that for why? You did that for what? Okay. You want to talk to Timmy over there about something that's going to happen during third period. Well, that does not matter because I'm teaching. Okay. I'm teaching.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
All right. Okay. Well, at least we find probably one thing. Okay. Let's go to number 5, which is timer/song. Okay. This strategy uses other sounds rather than a teacher's voice to get attention and relies on a specific time activity. So this teacher, she used this strategy if she has given her students a group, partnered in with groups or a partner task to complete for a significant amount of time. So when they start, she began the timer or song, whichever, works best for you guys. And by the time the timer or the song goes off, students are expected to end their conversations and return, their attention back to the teacher. And the timer works best for potentially louder groups of students during activities. And while the song is a great option for, quiet partners or groups. So you think a timer or a song will get your students' attention at the end of the day? It probably
Timer. if they're doing work, yes, I normally do. This is a good example. I sub for one class. I told them if nobody talks for the next 20 minutes, they can, as long as they're working, they can chat with their friends. And normally I put the 20 minute timer on the board and I count down. Song, I normally put on some smooth jazz, well, not really smooth jazz, but I put on some deep concentrating music so that music can because studies have shown that students that listen to music does their work, so
Yes.
I wanted to imply that as well. Of course, you got one of those students that wants that, like, hey, can you play this, or hey, can you do this? I'm like, no, I'm going to play when I play. If you don't like it, then get your headphones out and plug it into the computer and select your music. Okay, that is that. That has worked. Again, the timer, yes. The song, about 50-50 for that one.
Yeah.
Because I do have some students that's gonna ask me.
Yeah. And that will probably, like the song, I know that's going to work in the elementary level. I know that. High school level, absolutely. Absolutely not. That is not going to work with those high school students. No, because no, they're gonna. Ooh, I could just see it now. No, it's not going to work. But elementary, it will. Okay, we got two more, Andrew. We got two more. Let's see what these two also work for you. Number 6 is. Okay. Hit the lights. This strategy is one that a teacher only uses when she needs a student attention immediately back up front on her. Just like the theater signals that a performance is about to begin, a quick flash of the lights can alert students that something is about to happen. So she explains to them that a quick flash of the lights means that they need to turn off their voices and track on the teacher. And she often used this strategy if students are working in groups and she only needs to remind them of one quick piece of information, but plan to let them return to working at their previous noise level. I'm going to say, for me, well, no, let me not say that because I tried with second graders and that didn't work for second graders.
You said to use lights, like the flicker of the lights?
Yeah. Yeah. That's not going to work for middle and high school students. Elementary, it quite depends. I'll just say that.
Yeah, but also it depends on what group of students you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Because because you have some that wants to be joking around and laughing and hee and ha-haing, and you got some that actually paid attention. So if you flicker the lights, they know what's up. For middle school, I don't really know. No, it's going to be a big no.
Well, probably not for 7th and 8th graders. Or 8th graders.
I could say 6th grade is a maybe for 6th grade. 6th grade, yeah. 6th grade is a possibility. 7th and 8th is a no.
All right. Well, Andrew, we got one more. For you.
I hope I like this one.
Yeah.
I hope I do.
Number 7 is sound effects. This strategy can be a more fun way to get student attention, but one that must be taught very well so that students can be mature and meet expectations when it is used. So for this strategy, the teacher should identify a type of a sound. And a teacher, she likes this one particular sound effects that she used that will quickly get a student's attention and play the sound when needed. And her students know that when they hear the sound effects, they are expected to be in their seats, silently tracking the teacher for directions. So, sound effects. What do you think about that sound effects? Probably need to find one that best fits for you and your class, because not every sound effect is not going to work for every student.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah. Or you could do it for different class. Have different sound effects for different class. If you want to go down that route. All right, so will it work for elementary, middle, or high school? Let's go ahead and break that down. For elementary, it's gonna be a yes. That will definitely work for elementary. Middle. Yes, that's the big up.
I say it will probably work for fifth graders, but that's it.
Yeah, for sixth graders. Yeah.
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah, for sixth graders, yes. For 7 and 8, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Because
yeah, not gonna work. And especially for high schoolers. Absolutely. No.
No. Because if you try to make a sound effect in middle school or high school, they're gonna copy that sound effect. They're gonna copy it. They're gonna make that sound effect. And they'll be asking you, what's that noise?
Yeah.
Okay, so good. Yeah, good luck with that.
All right. So that's it, Andrew. Those are the 7 attention getters for teachers to use, new teachers and also veteran teachers. So I hope all of you guys like those attention getters you could possibly use inside your own classroom. But okay, yeah. So that's it, Andrew. That's all I have.
So out of those 7, I only like 3.
Yeah.
Okay, out of 3. So,
but
one thing that I will continue doing is to raise my voice. So yeah.
I don't like raising my voice to students. I really don't. But with me, if I had to keep on, repeating myself over and over and over again, then of course I'm going to have to use the voice. Of course I'm going to have to. But yeah, we need to do an episode on that, on teachers raising their voice. And what do teachers think about that?
Yeah, teachers raising our voices. Yeah. Well, I have to do it every single time for the 7th and 8th graders, because they act like y'all act like y'all can't hear me. So when we get to here, it's a wrap. It's done for. So it's done for. I shut it down real quick. I can go higher, I can go deeper. Which one you want? All right. So we're going to be right back. Yeah, we're going to take a break real quick because we got some more topics for us to talk about. And of course, you're watching The Educators.
right. All right. Welcome back to the educators. Yes, we are back. We have one more topic. Actually from a guest. If you, I forgot who sent it in, but somebody did, want us to talk about teacher retention. So we're going to talk about that before we wrap up the show. So, let me find out what is teacher. So from what I'm understanding is teacher retention is most complex, challenging issues that school districts today. If Damian can help me out on this one.
Yeah. Well, what I found from my research, it is a field of education research that focus on how factors such as the school characteristics and a teacher demographic affects whether teachers they stay in their schools or if they move to different schools or possibly leave the profession before retirement. So that is what teacher retention is from my research, what I found.
So, yes, more teachers have entered the profession. Between 1987 and 1988, and 2015 and 2016, the number of teachers in public, private, and charter schools have increased more than 3 times the rate of student enrollment increases. But, however, only 44% of new teachers leave the profession within 5 years. Okay. Within 5 years. So yeah. And on top of that, of the turnover, about half of the teacher turnover occurs in only 25% of public schools. With high poverty, high minority, urban and rural public schools typically experiencing the highest turnover rates. The teachers are getting younger. You know, you have most common in 2007, 2008, the most common age among teachers was 55. That was a couple years ago. Now, 5 years, about 7 years earlier, typically in their mid 30s, mid 40s, you know. Yeah. So you have, I think you even have 20s, like 20, 25, 26 now entering the teacher profession.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, entering the teacher profession. So yeah, teachers are getting younger as well.
Yeah. And yeah, because and I'm thinking, KJ is already in the game and he's about my age, 22. So
20, yeah, he's 22. So,
yeah, so
I mean, he's basically my age, basically. Yeah. He's basically my age. He's 22. I'm 22. Just to show that Damian's 21. Yeah, 21. So yeah, we have us three. We already entering the profession already, but that's just to show how like we got this new batch of generation, like this generation is entering the field. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No. Yeah, exactly. Because it wasn't like this, probably before we was even born. But yeah, these teachers, you guys, are getting younger and younger and younger. And I can't wait to see how it's going to be in a couple of years from now. it's probably going to be, the numbers are probably going to go even downer. Probably teachers are going to, possibly, around 19, 20. So yeah. So it's constantly changing, guys, constantly changing. The education field's constantly changing every day.
Yes. Yeah. Minority teachers are still unrepresented. Although hiring of minority, so non-white teachers have increased, a priority group remained in 2015, 2016, with minorities accounting for 51% of public school students and only 20% of public school teachers. Minority teachers are among the most likely to leave the profession. So kind of like what we talked about a couple of weeks back on here, how there are not many, and I think I said this too, that there are not many African American teachers out here. They're really not. And I believe I did ask Damian this question, like, when was his first Black teacher? And his answer was administrator, assistant principal, and stuff like that. While mine was, I didn't get mine until sixth grade gym at that.
Yeah. And then, go ahead.
And so that's just to show we really need Black teachers into schools.
Absolutely. And then we also, as you guys onto our social media platforms, and a lot of you guys said that one, I believe, I hope it's okay with Miss Stormy Sutton. We had her onto our show. I believe season 5. I believe she said that she never had a Black teacher. Then you had some of the others who said they had one back when they was in elementary school or in middle school, just one. And you see, you guys, that. And I know I said this when we had talked about this. That's a problem. That's a problem that needs to be fixed. That is. It's just so sad to me that it's not, there's no diversity into our schools. It's just not. And who knows if that will ever be fixed at all in the near future. Who knows? But yeah, that's an issue and a problem.
Fewer men are teaching. Women accounted for more than 76% of public school teachers in 2015 and 2016.
Wow. You guys. What else, Andrew? What else? What else?
So before strategies, the 4 strategies is to support teacher well-being, right? Is to support teacher well-being. So basically, if you remember what Coach said back in, I can't remember what it was, but have an open door policy. Okay. Yeah. If your door is open and if you need some rant about something or you need something to get off your chest, okay, talk to somebody. Have that open door policy. Don't turn it away. Okay. This is where depression, anxiety, mental health is important, y'all.
It is.
If you don't have well building, then what are you doing?
Mhm.
Then what you're doing? Because I need to know.
Open door policy. Open door policy.
The door policy got to be open. Got to be open.
Because if not, yeah, like Andrew said, depression. Yeah, because she had no one to talk to. So,
And I have so many students, not going to lie to you. I have so many students come up to me and talk to me. All you have to do is just listen. That's it. That's it. I have so many students come up to me like they got tea or something. I mean, if you think about it, yeah.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. I don't mind. Hey, my cup is empty. Okay. My cup is empty. So yeah, all you have to do is just sit there and listen and give feedback. And that's why I was like, I feel like at the same time, I feel like, I should be like a school counselor, because everybody wants to come to me. Everybody wants to come to me,
Yeah, because they can trust you. There is that, you guys, I love this. You guys know this. Building that relationship, that's where that comes from. I'm telling you guys that is real. That is. Okay. What else, Andrew?
Promote teacher engagement. So kind of like the same thing. Communicate. Have that open door policy. Create a supportive school climate. Increases teacher retention, perhaps to an even greater extent than offering financial incentive. Aspects of teachers' working conditions in school and districts and schools can include psychology features, culture features. So basically, have Damian's not on his head because he knows what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
If I can get out of my mouth. Now I lost it. So Damian, can you help me out here?
Yeah, have and I did an episode onto my other show, Damian Talks Education. That is why, you guys, we need these people into our schools. Mental health experts, schools, school psychologists, these type of people, you guys, we need to have into our schools. I'm telling you, because they have all the resources for us. Sorry, I'm gonna have to say that. Yes, you guys may have some, but you probably don't know what to do with it. If you guys understand what I'm saying, how to explain it with your students who are dealing with a certain problem. Because I don't know if I told you guys this at all, but back in middle school, I think this was either 6th grade or 8th grade. I was dealing with one of my friends, and he was always messing with me for some apparent reason, and I didn't quite understand why. And then, just one day I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I went, to the office, to vent out my problem with my principal and also with the counselor. And to be honest, you guys, it kind of did help. They kind of did help me with the situation that I was in. But I feel like they didn't do, enough for me, if I had to say that, because my skin color. So, you guys, and I know schools can afford some schools. I'm not going to say all schools. Well, probably maybe all schools. They can't afford to have, a mental health expert or a school psychologist, this and that. So, we again, we need to look into that. Okay, we need to look into that. So that's what I was trying to say, Andrew. So
Yes, definitely, definitely. Uh, so yeah, teacher retention. Thank you.
yeah, hold on, because I want to get this correct because yes, Andrew, I've seen it too. If I could go to it very quickly, I want to get this username right on social media. Let me just find that is not it. No. Okay. On Instagram at that Texas teacher. Again, that Texas teacher. So thank you for sending that topic into us for us to discuss.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. So if you have any as I move my microphone out of the way, I don't know why. If you have any topics for us to discuss on here on the educators, hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on social media. I'm so sorry. Hit us up on social media, and then we will talk about it right on the show, and then we will give you a shout out.
Yes.
So thank you, the Texas teacher, for giving us a topic to talk about. When we come back, we will wrap up the show. Message from the founder, yours truly, and a season 8 preview. Plus, we have the motivation affirmation from Damian, and then the final words from us. So when we come back. Love watching the educators? Well, you can be part of our conversation too. The Educators is active on social media. Like us on Facebook and join the conversation by telling us what you think. Also, follow us on Instagram for behind the scenes content. And also follow us on Twitter to stay up to date of what's happening on our show, because you keep the conversation going. So let's get social. So like, comment, and connect with us on the Educators. All right, welcome back to the Educators. Yes, oh yes. Season 8 preview. We're going to talk about the next season, and of course, message from the yours truly. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the season 8 preview. So next season, we have, of course, we got a whole lot of topics for us to talk about for next season, which I'm very, very excited about. So y'all might want to buckle up, because just be ready for next season. Also, I want to say this one thing too. We're at the time of this recording, we're in our 7th season, and we had Miss Shelby for a few episodes. Of course, we had Coach and we have KJ. But in all honesty, I'm kind of proud of how far we have come since season 1. From season 1, you can barely hear Damian from season 1.
Gosh, I don't want to revisit that. No.
Yeah. So from we first introduced Coach Jarnell back in season 3 or 2. Yeah. We had our first guest co-host, Mr. Kwame,
yes.
Back in season 2. Like, we had a whole lot of guests come on to the show. And we want to thank every single body for appearing onto our show.
We really do appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
We are looking forward to continue that success, and just a whole lot of things to actually share our show out to other people.
Yeah.
We have you wasn't a part of this, but I was guest on the Teach Better team, or a Instagram live thing that happened on Instagram live that I was a guest of. We was a guest on Mr. Kwame's show. I did for the first time ever, took over the hashtag BME's talk Twitter chat back in October a couple of years ago. So by putting our show out there continues our success. And to be honest, I cannot wait for the big things to happen. So I'm just so proud of us, of how far we have come from Future Educators Talk with Damian and Darren to now the educators. And about to reach our 8th season. And I think we're right now, as we speak, we're 128 episodes in. So, and by next season, we will probably reach our 200th episode. So
yeah,
I'm just so proud of y'all. So
yeah, and I just want to, you guys, add my 2 cents in here. I said I wasn't going to revisit this back, but yeah, we had came so long, you guys, seriously, especially me, because when Andrew, and I know I mentioned this a lot, you guys, I know, but seriously, when Andrew thought of me to be a part of this podcast, you guys, I was at that time, I had just graduated high school a couple months ago, and it was about to start the next chapter of my life. And I was still, well, you guys, I am still shy, but I'm now, more outspoken than ever. Because back then, if some of my classmates are watching this, which I know some of you guys are, I know you guys are really, at the beginning, you guys were shocked at like, wow, why we didn't see this person back in school? Why we didn't see that? And I know a lot of people have been congratulating on me onto, this podcast of what I'm doing. And I have really, I'm just, again, I'm not gonna, you guys do a long speech, but to Andrew, and I know he knows this, you guys, but I just want to, say this again, that Andrew, thank you so much for, a thought of me of joining this platform, because if I had not joined this, you guys, if I had not, like I say all the time, who knows where in the world I will be at? Who knows? And you guys know the story. Trust me, you guys know the story if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But Andrew, just seriously, thank you. And to all of our guests that comes onto our show, because at first, back in season 1, I thought that I thought, seriously, guys, I thought no one was going to care what in the world me and Andrew had to say. Seriously, because we was like, who cares what they're talking? They're not educators. They have been, experienced this. Yes, you guys, we had. While we were students, we've seen everything. And now we're substituting. It just, I really am. I'm proud of this show that we have created here together. I really am. And about to be in our 8th season, and we're going to reach our 3rd year anniversary of this show. It just, thank you to all of you guys. Thank you for listening and tuning in every single week to hear what we have to say, seriously. So that's my 2 cents there. I'm not going to give a whole big speech, but yeah, I'm really proud, really am.
Yeah. So look at us from season 1 to now.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break here to wrap up the show. When we come back, Damian will have our last motivation affirmation, and we'll wrap up the show when we come back. You're watching The Educators. Love watching The Educators? Well, you can be part of our conversation too. The Educators is active on social media. Like us on Facebook and join the conversation by telling us what you think. Also, follow us on Instagram for behind the scenes content. And also follow us on Twitter to stay up to date of what's happening on our show, because you keep the conversation going. So let's get social. So like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators. All right, welcome back to The Educators. So Damian, what is your motivation affirmations today?
Yes. So to close out this season, you guys, I want to close out with this for you all. I am improving myself and getting closer to my goals every day. I may make mistakes, which we all do, you guys. We all make mistakes, you guys. Okay, yeah. We make mistakes, but I can recover and keep on going. I don't need to lose hope over a minor setback. So you guys, just let that go out with you and spread that good vibe out with others, because keep pushing, you guys, keep pushing, because I know this pandemic has been hard on all of us, but we can get through this, you guys. We can. Okay, so I just want to close out with that for season 7.
So in case y'all didn't notice, he did mess up, but he keeps
Yeah,
moving forward.
see,
So
yeah,
they're
see?
prime example.
We will all make mistakes, you guys. We will all.
So that quote right there is in full effect. That quote right there is in full effect. Good topics, everyone, all around. Great topics for the season 7 finale. From teacher retention to closing out the school year to motivating to next school year, how to deal with racist people.
Yes.
Yeah. And attention getters instead of to raising your voice, which only like 3 out of 7, but it's all right. It's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm still learning. So thank y'all for watching the season 7 finale. We will be back for season 8 in September. We're going to take this time over this summer break. Yeah. Can't remember what break this is.
Gosh,
we would take the time over a summer break to prepare for the fall premiere. But for everyone here at The Educators, we like to y'all have a wonderful day, and we will see y'all at the season 8 premiere.